In this video, I wanted to show you a client management system that you can use literally for a year for free. I promise there's no catch. You can just use my link and get it for free. I love this system, and the main reason they created this particular system was because a lot of client management systems can seem really complicated and can be overwhelming to get started. So their goal with this system was to keep it really simple and to make it easy to get started. And you can actually get started with them in like a day or two because they actually have white glove support for anyone who signs up for a new account. So not only is it free, but you can also get that white glove support and get started up and running with your business in like a day or two. So this system is called Rock, Paper, Coin. Let's go ahead and dive in. As I mentioned, their goal is to keep things really simple. So as compared to some of the other systems that I educate on, they don't have some of the really robust features like schedulers and questionnaires and automated workflows, but they have pretty much everything you need in a client management system. And I think some of you will actually really enjoy this one even more so than some of those other ones, because the main key to any client management system is that setting it up is the hardest thing to do. And if you're not using all of those different features, you might not actually need them. So what features does Rock, Paper, Coin help you with? So contacts is going to keep track of all of your different contacts. Proposals, pretty self-explanatory. You can send proposals. And then contracts, you can send and receive contracts. You can create templates and keep your contracts in here, send them to your clients, get them signed, etc. And then there's invoices, which again, pretty self-explanatory. So they are a great payment processor. Rock, Paper, Coin helps you with all of that. And then there's a few additional things that are kind of similar. So they have client folders, company folders, which allows for file sharing within your company or with all of your different clients. You have your proposal and contract templates that you can use. They have some great resources like sample contracts, templates, etc. And then your team is where you can kind of interact with your team a little bit. So they have this kind of hybrid approach where some of the things you can do within your team or within teams of vendors, like for a wedding or an event, for instance, if you're all working on the same project with the same clients, you can kind of integrate with other people who are working on the same project, whether they're in your team or outside of your team. And then you also can do all this file sharing and sending and receiving things from your clients. So let's just take a look. If I wanted to add a new contact, super easy, first name, last name, email. And then when you are adding a contact, you can decide if you want to send them an invoice, proposal, or contract. So let's add in Amy Santiago. We're watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, amy@99.com. And let's say we wanted to send her all three of these new things. We'll create her as a contract, and then it's going to take us directly to the proposal. So I'll say invitation, proposal. We have Amy Santiago. We can put in her event date and also the due date for the payment. Let's put that as tomorrow. And we have all of our information, which is what they do during that white glove support. So you don't have to upload some of those things. Let's try one of their designs as a starting point. How beautiful are these? I like this pink one. And here we go. We have this template in here, and you can create your own as well. And you can see all the different things you can add, such as columns, headings, text, images, dividers. So we want to change out this image. We can use AI to create images, or we can just upload one from a URL or from our website. Change a bunch of things on here. We can actually give it like a URL if we want them to be able to click on the image and go somewhere else, and then customize this as far as we want. So let's save our design here. We definitely need to customize this, but I'll just save this one as is. And then we can click send, and it will send directly over to our contact. Now the next step is our contract. So remember we said we wanted proposal, contract, and invoice. So it's going to take us through all of those, which is really nice. So invitation, contract Amy. And in case Amy has, Jake Peralta that also needs to sign it, we can add them in there too. And then we'll put my countersigning team member, which is just going to be me. Again, we'll do our due date as tomorrow. Now, when I click select, I'll be able to upload a new contract or use a template of one that I already have. I'll click prepare contract. And then it's going to prepare that contract for me with all of her information. And then I have the ability to edit this as much as possible. And I'll be able to add Amy and Laney as the different signature fields. So let's send her for signature. And then our next step is the invoice, just as we predicted. So wedding invitations, Amy. I can do an attachment if I want to. Put my event date as the 30th. And then here's where I can just build my invoice. So let's just say invitation design, $2,000, quantity of 1 and 7.5. Sales tax. You can add items, you can add invoice notes, tax on different line items, and you can also select a payment schedule with a different number of installments. So we'll do one that's due tomorrow for 50%, and then we'll have the next one due the day before their wedding. Here we go. Or you can do it as a specific dollar amount or percentage, whatever you want to do. And then we'll just click send. If you're not ready to send it yet because you also just sent the proposal and the contract, you can always just save it as a draft and use it later. So when you go into contacts, you'll be able to click on Amy Santiago and you'll see all of the different things that we've done, as well as being able to view their contracts, invoices, proposals, etc. And then once she signs up on Rock Paper Coin as well, which she can do for free, then we'll be able to share files with her as well. And those folders look like this. So this is an example of a different client that has already signed up and made an account with Rock Paper Coin, and so then we would be able to upload a file from our computer, or they integrate with Google Drive, which is super helpful if you're using Google Drive already in your business. So keeping track of your contacts, sending proposals and invoices, and also getting your contract signed from them, and then doing some file sharing, like that's pretty much everything you need in a client management system. So this one is really simple, super easy to use. As you can see, they walk you through everything. There's really not much confusion, and there's not a lot that you have to set up. You just have to kind of maybe upload your contract or set up maybe a proposal template that you can use for all of your future clients. But once you get those things set up, then all of it's in here ready to go for you, and you can communicate with your clients really easily and collect payments and make sure you're getting those signatures that you need to work with them on their project. And the only thing you have to do to access this for a year for free is just use my link, which I'll put in the description of this video. And then after a year, it's about $33 a month if you pay annually. So really a great deal for doing all of these different things and being super easy to set up. I think some of those other client management systems can feel really overwhelming at first, and this one absolutely does not. It has everything you need and none of the other stuff that you might be avoiding setting up or getting started on.